Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to the show. Okay, rapper Ye, a.k.a. Kanye West, has apologized. Again, this time, full-page ad, Wall Street Journal. What say you, Early? Did he do the right thing? Did they break him? Is he down on all fours? Did niggas skeet on his back? Oh. Pause. Super pause. Was Barack Obama right once upon a time when he said Kanye West is a jackass? He called him that. Called him a jackass. Well, he's got a new album coming out, so maybe this is just, part of his PR rollout. If you ask me, he's done too much to now walk it back and be forgiven. Not that he has to be forgiven, but I don't know where he's at. I have appreciated his music years ago, but in the last maybe 6 or 7 years, I just, okay, maybe it's me, all right? That's my main topic here this afternoon. Also, guys, showrunner, the original Black Panther Party is now rejecting Paul Birdsong. They have said that they will not support him. He made a video that some of you may or may not have seen. It's kind of like dropping your flag, if you will, and he's putting all the Black Panther, the buttons and all that stuff on a table, he and his comrades. I'm not hating on the guy, but I do, I'm going to stand on what I said once upon a time. And I don't say this with any mean spirit or malice. The Black Panther Party, for the most part, was a failed movement. Now, you can say it was co-opted, and you would be right. I don't say failed as if it had no historical impact. It did, but it was just too many things were not really understood at that particular point in time. But let me say again, salute to the young people. That was a movement of young people. Salute to them for putting boots to the ground. They crawled so many of us could walk. But the OGs that he was once making reference to, Paul Birdsong, have cut ties with him. If you ask me, somebody read the room. Somebody read the room and somebody realized, hey, it's not about this we the people. Oh, that sounds hot, power to the people. No, it's not about we. It's not about the people. It's about foundational Black Americans, whether you subscribe to that or not. I think delineating is a beautiful thing. Can I get an amen early in the live chat? Delineating. A lot of people don't even know if they're FBA or not, but they are supporting the movement, Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for becoming a member early, okay? Deeds said, let the trolls live today. I was going to go to members only live chat. Deeds, my producer, she said, let the trolls eat this afternoon. All right. Okay. I got some other things to talk about. The weather's nice here where I am in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. Hold on a second. 38 degrees, sunny. I'm on the beach, kids, and I postponed my trip to New York City. I said, hey, to the people I'm doing business with, I can't come up there right now in snow, ice, freezing cold weather. I can't, fall down, slipping on ice as I'm trying to put stuff into a new apartment, split my head and then die of a brain aneurysm. So I'll see you guys sometime in late February or March. Okay, let me just say that right now. And you guys are supposed to have snow up there. Yes, for those of you from the New York Tri-State this weekend, I think. All right, so those are my two topics this afternoon. Rapper Ye apologizes for his anti-Semitic comments. I'm going to play a video. Just bear with me. And there's some other things I want to talk about here with regards to the Neptunes. Goo, are you out there? My homie Goo. If he doesn't have time to call in on his platform, he will be talking about Chad Hugo suing Pharrell Williams. The Neptunes, you guys remember them? Were they repping Virginia Beach? I forget, monster hits. Okay, now with my research shows, I go at a slower pace. Many of you know this. So, calls are welcome, but you got to watch the language. And let you know right now, you have to watch the language because I am here to monetize. I am here to make $1. Here we go.
The rapper formerly known as Kanye is apologizing today for, in his words, reckless behavior. He took out this full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal. Ye did, titled, "To Those I've Hurt," going on to say he is not a Nazi or an anti-Semite and that he loves Jewish people. You probably remember over the last couple of years, Ye said a lot of anti-Semitic things, a lot of racist things. At one point, he sold T-shirts with swastikas on them. He had previously apologized for his anti-Semitism, then took that apology back before this apology now. And in this ad, he says his behavior stems from an undiagnosed brain injury caused by a car crash he was in 25 years ago. We should note the timing of this here, just a few days before his 12th album is set to drop. Chloe Malas is covering this one for us. I think some of the reaction has been interesting to this too, including from the Anti-Defamation League and from others as well.
Hallie, it's complicated. I have covered Kanye West for 17 years. And when I was at CNN, I did, a really in-depth report at the time that Kanye had planned to name an album of his Hitler. I think that a lot of people are struggling with this public open letter, this apology coming from Kanye West, because like you pointed out, Hallie, he has apologized in the past. And in this, he writes, "To those I've hurt," he says, "bipolar disorder comes with its own defensive system. Denial. When you're manic, you don't think you're sick. Everyone else is overreacting." But I will say that Kanye West, now Ye, he has said multiple times very publicly that he does not suffer from bipolar disorder. He's actually said that he suffers from autism, or that he has autism, that he has other issues, but that this was not one of them. So he was very public about saying that he did not suffer from bipolar disorder. And now he's saying, a few days before his new album is coming out, that he is not a Nazi, that he loves the Jewish people. And it makes you wonder, is he being sincere? It's all come down to him wanting to sell albums, Hallie.
Yeah, Chloe, and the ADL saying to the New York Times that the truest apology would be for him to not engage in anti-Semitic behavior in the future. Chloe Malas, lots to watch on that front. Thank you very much for bringing us that context.
Hey, good afternoon, Florida boy Jay. Thank you for tapping in. It's Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to start, sir?
Well, thank you for having me on the platform of Starport once again, a research show afternoon, and I think we need to be very thorough about this Kanye topic. First of all, I want to say that I really did appreciate him apologizing to the Black community and acknowledging the fact that we have blindly held him down throughout everything he has done outside of giving his cousin fellatio on that one song, Cousins. Once he said that, we kind of had to
pause.
I had to denounce. I had to leave. I had to take my Yeezys. When he said that, I took my Yeezys off. You said things about the small hats. You said things about Bush, Taylor Swift. I was right with you. The minute you're putting tools in your jaw, we got to fall back as a Black community. We don't play like that. All right. And I don't, outside of what he said to the Black community, I don't accept his apology, not because I'm not a fan of Kanye, not because we don't all have our own mental health issues where we lash out and do things out of character, because, we do. And sometimes you don't understand that and the patterns undiagnosed until you get in your 30s and 40s and you start seeing the manifestation of the damages you have caused to people during manic episodes. I understand that. But being somebody who has closely studied Kanye, he always rolls out with an apology or regrets. He always wants to soften everybody up and say sorry when he has a rollout coming. How many times are you going to roll out the same way? Hey guys, I'm sorry, I got some new Yeezys dropping. Hey everybody, I apologize for calling people names. I have a new album dropping.
Yeah.
This is textbook Yeezy.
Textbook.
Is it not?
Come on. Yeah.
And you apologizing to the small hats, you know, I gotta say that's cool, because as long as you're apologizing to the black community, you can apologize to everybody else that you hurt. I think that was big of him, because he's seen that the Myron Gaines and the Sneakos and the guys who's doing the How Hitler song, how much that was still getting a negative reaction. I think he has seen that what we call is art, right? And we know when Kanye made that song, or when he does certain things that shocks the public, it's more of an artistic statement, is more of a statement of rebellion. We understand the nuances of what he does, okay. But he starts to see certain people use his artistic expression as tools of hate. When you see Myron Gaines put the Klan mask on and start singing some of the songs that Kanye did, Kanye does not want to be the face of hatred, bigotry, or far right-wing political figures or inspiring political figures using him as a mascot for hate. And I think that was very strategic for him to come out right after the debacle of these streamers and denounce those songs, that music, and himself from that movement.
Mm-hmm. He's clever, and I'm gonna say smart too, because business-wise, he still knows how to get it in, how to manipulate, if you will, the audience. Some people who came out when he came out would have been long canceled long ago. Let me just say that. Back in, what was it, April of 2025, when he did the interview with DJ Academics, he was wearing what people thought was a KKK outfit. It was not. It was a religious attire, what had the pointy hat and everything. So he knows what he's doing. I just, I'm just not with him. I'm not into his trip anymore. But do you know what his streaming sales are like, or physical sales, or concert sales? Do you know what those are?
I don't have that data available in front of me, but his streams haven't dropped. His money hasn't dropped. If anything, he's been touring over there in Japan, selling out. He's been, I think he's doing one in Mexico. I think they just canceled another one in Brazil a couple months ago. But regardless, Kanye's music and his reverence worldwide has not slowed down any measure. I'm still listening to Kanye music. I was just listening to him and Nas on Hip Hop Is Dead, his production on that. Even if you don't know their Kanye songs, the production he did on B, the production he did on The Blueprint, the production he's done on so many tracks and so many songs, he's never going to go broke, because he has his fingerprints on modern day music.
Yeah, he's an exceptional producer. Let me just say that, because many, rap and hip hop producers, for those who don't know, they were specialists when it comes to looping and sampling, but not necessarily people who understood chord structures and things like that. So he's here to stay. I give him that, but I just can't say that I really care about what he's doing unless he drops like some real heat. Okay. So he has apologized, and you appreciate the fact that he has apologized to the black community more so than anybody else.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, because as somebody who has relentlessly supported him through his episodes, somebody who had to sit there and watch him say racism was a choice, wear the Trump hat.
He said slavery.
He said slavery. Yeah, slavery was a choice. The things he has done has made us ashamed of him and have to make excuses for him. And the thing about black people is, if you did something for us, if we, listen to music getting through school or through a relationship, just like a lot of artists, we are attached to you, good, bad, or indifferent. And to weather the storm, just like when Kendrick Lamar said, "A mortal man," when ish hits the fan, are you still a fan? Right. Are you still going to support these people through their episodes? They're still human at the end of the day. And I think that he wouldn't have been able to survive the President Bush doesn't like black people, or the Taylor Swift, I'm sorry, but Beyonce had the music video of the year. He would have not been able to survive all these years if black people weren't relentlessly supporting him throughout these transgressions.
Yeah, I agree. So Okay. Are you putting anything up on your platform coming up? I reposted your banner in the community section. Did you take notice of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I do appreciate it. It was a wonderful banner. Salute to Kurt for that banner. That banner is on point. We are going to be going live later on tonight to talk about the weekly topics and everything and to iron some things out, dropping those clips also. And I think I want to touch on one last topic before I slide off real quick.
Go ahead.
What was the next topic?
The original Black Panther Party is now rejecting Paul Birdsong outright.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God, because what we've been seeing and what we always see is that they will always create a psyops when Black people are not coming outside. Right. And when we were saying that I'll Be Unsure was a plant that Star, if the emails I was sending you all last week, like they got him repping the Pyrus in Cali. Yeah. They got him cosplaying and infiltrating so many historical Black organizations, COINTELPRO 2025, and for him to finally have to lay the Black Panther symbolism down, the flag down, it's a win for Black Americans to show that, hey, we're not going for it. You're not going to roll out somebody high yellow and say we need to be lock and step in whatever they believe in. So salute the Black Americans, salute the FBAs, and salute you, Star, for letting me call in on the show and contribute again.
Hey, but before you go, I'm not going to talk about it here. I don't want to promote tension, beef, and or drama, but I expect you on your platform tonight to talk about academics and Lil Baby. According to Chig Smooth, they're going to get it in the ring.
Oh, yes. Act crashed all the way out last night. The Henny took over, and he lined up the fight.
This I know, but hang on.
Yeah.
But now Lil Baby now wants to fight in the ring. So listen, on your channel tonight, Photo Boy J, send me a link tomorrow, and let's promote that in my community section, all right?
Absolutely, man. You have a great show.
Yes, sir. Salute. Thank you. Guys, I'm too old to be talking about academics versus Lil Baby. I'm up to speed on the bullshit. I'm in the loop, but I'm not going to talk about it. Okay. Bill, I got your donation, sir. Thank you. Bill says respect. Deeds, did I put the Cash App link at the top of the live chat? I forget to do that sometimes. Thank you, Bill. Okay, I got your... Kevin, I got your information. Thank you, sir. Okay, I got your banner. Can you send me a screenshot of your donation? I can't look for it right now, but I got your banner. Thank you so much. There is going to be a question with regards to the images on the banner. We have to make sure that you have the rights to use those because we can't take the risk of, copyrights. But thank you so much. And Blade, I got your other donation. Okay. Blade going ballistic over Ye, now bowing down. Did he do the right thing? He may have done the right thing. Area code 585. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there?
Yo, it's Lane with a Y, Generation Y. It's the tall Black genius.
Good to hear from you, man. How you been? Lane?
I'm good, man. I'm lacing up my Yeezys, ready to go to war. The apology tour is just a Trojan horse.
Come on.
Wait till we get behind the enemy lines. Come on, sir. Have you heard the song? It is an amazing song. The song, Heil, da-da-da.
I want to hear from younger people like yourself. You are a Ye fan. You've called in before. Weren't you collecting Yeezys, if I remember correctly?
Do you know the resale price on Yeezy? They're selling more than Michael Jordan's in the aftermarket right now. They invented a whole stock market for Negro sneakers because of this guy right here, Kanye West.
Come on.
Everybody was rocking Rockefeller, but it wasn't damn near on the level of Louis Vuitton. Okay, this guy has literally taken streetwear to high fashion. And now your favorite European or Jew is wearing a Black man's name, Kanye West. I mean, his production, like, I don't know who's had the luxury of getting samples approved like how he has.
Okay.
So nowadays, all of these artists, some of their music has been trashed because these sample clearances will never, ever reach these streaming platforms. Kanye West has had that luxury, and he will be standing forever in the music industry.
So this,
but come on.
So this is a PR stunt, Lane?
You see what they did to Dame Dash? They made him auction off Rockefeller. Kanye West owed $200,000 a month in child support. You're damn right we're doing tours in Mexico and Spain, China and Japan. Imagine what they would have did to that nigga if he was in America releasing that song. Come on.
So this is a PR stunt. Yes? That's what you're saying?
Of course it is, because I guarantee you the name of this album is Bully. It's because he's coaching his little black son to beat up all the Jewish kids in his private school.
I don't think he's going to own that. I don't think he's going to follow what you just said, but okay, I hear you. Okay. But now, did you really read the apology, Lane? It's pretty lengthy.
I read the apology.
It's lengthy.
I read the apology, and I hated when my ex-girlfriend would tell me this. She'd say, "I'm sorry I hurt your feelings." Is that a real apology? I'm sorry you were hurt by what I was doing in the process. Oh, I love all people. I got a couple Jewish friends, so on and so forth. I know that's my lawyer, and those are the guys who push through my contracts. This is obviously a Trojan horse, plain to see.
Let me ask you one question, Lane, before you go. Is there any money in keeping it real? I mean, he's done things that, people, would say, yeah, you're a F with, yeah, that's my guy, yeah. But when it gets right down to it, most rappers, producers, they want to be in the position that Ye once achieved. Is there any money in keeping it real, Lane, before you go?
It's already pressed in wax.
Okay.
We already know Ice-T is a cop killer, but he's on Law and Order. You can always say sorry and get back to white America and get back to getting the money. Okay. You got to hold it down for the real niggas every now and then. Okay. Shout out to my nigga Yeezy.
We don't do shout outs, but good to talk to you, Lane. Salute.
Tell Pharrell.
Okay. Yeah, someone says Lane is on topic today. Yeah, when he's on topic, he's sharp. You guys remember Lane Generation Y? He used to call in going hard in the paint on Jay-Z and all these other people. And then something supposedly happened at the Foot Locker where he worked with Jay-Z's niece. And he didn't want to talk about nothing no more with regards to Rockefeller. But great call, Lane. Thank you for staying on topic. Okay, sit tight. More videos to play from my research edition here. Hey, Blade, a little bit later, I'm going to be asking a question to the audience. Could you be a police officer? Let me say that again. Could you be a police officer? Based upon a lot of the videos that Blade has been sending me for the last 24 hours. Cops put in situations where they had to discharge the firearm. Some cops pussy on the trigger. Some of the police officers, if they're white, they gave a white perpetrator too much of the benefit of the doubt. And then that person pulled out a knife or a gun, and then they were forced to let off. Okay, but just sit tight. I'll get to it. All right, and Deeds, can you send me a link to the eBay Star Report merch page so I can put that on the screen? We've got to do some promoting here today, guys, because salute to the homie Tyreek Nasheed, a.k.a. King Flex. He was in Senegal. I follow him on Instagram. And then he was in New York City. You guys know what I'm talking about? What was he wearing with the Timbs in New York City? Before I play the video, Troll Babies. He was wearing a Hilfiger winter coat. Okay, let me get this video on the screen here. We have to talk about the lawsuit. And Goo, if you're out there and you want to call in, man, just shoot me a text. This is going to be a little nasty here. Pay attention.
Now, new at 4:30, Virginia Beach native and music producer Pharrell Williams is facing a lawsuit. It's from his once longtime friend and music partner, Chad Hugo. The two started their music careers right here in Hampton Roads. But now Hugo says Williams owes him as much as $1 million. Emily Harrison joins us in studio. Emily, this sounds like a real falling out and really sad news for fans of this duo.
Yeah, Chad Hugo and Pharrell Williams are behind some of the biggest music hits of all time. Together, they produced Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani, Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake, and Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg. But now this relationship has landed in federal court. A once powerhouse relationship that started right here in Hampton Roads has turned sour. Chad Hugo, co-founder of the Neptunes, filed this lawsuit against his co-partner, Pharrell Williams, for more than $1 million worth of damages. According to the filing, Hugo says Williams withheld money and failed to report the accounting of their numerous shared businesses related to NERD Music, LLC. Hugo says he did not receive his agreed upon 25% of the proceeds and claims he was denied access to the accounting records in 2021. Hugo's attorney, Brent Lehman, declined to comment at 13 News Now, but wrote in the complaint that many of Hugo's songs are also, quote, missing from label portals. It's also not the first time the music producer has sued Williams. In 2024, Hugo filed a complaint against Williams for trademarks on music production and branding. A spokesperson for Pharrell Williams released a statement for that matter saying, quote, "We have reached out on multiple occasions to share in the ownership and administration of the trademark. The goal here was to make sure that a third party doesn't get a hold of the trademark." As for this latest lawsuit, Pharrell's lawyers have not responded to 13 News Now. Hugo's attorney says he is owed more than $1 million just from the group's latest album, No One Ever Really Dies. Now, both this case and the 2024 case are moving forward at the federal level. I've also reached out to the publicists behind NERD Music, the Neptunes, PW Branding, and Telemasca Incorporated, but I have not heard back. Emily Harrison, 13 News Now.
All right, Emily, thanks for the update.
His partner, Chad Hugo, is he some type of Pacific Islander? Is he Hispanic? I've never done the research. Did he simply run out of the drive and the ideas and Pharrell kept going and, you know, he's sitting back pocket watching? I'm asking, I'm not taking any side, but, you know, a lot of times that's what happens when you have, you know, relationships with people, when people are, you know, young, one runs out of gas, you start making babies and then you don't want to go out. They said, no, Star, he needs to pay him his money. Okay. He's Puerto Rican? Okay, hang on. My show producer, Deeds, says he's Filipino. Deeds also says Kanye has 67 million monthly listeners on Spotify. What else does she say? A traumatic brain injury like Ye got in his accident can mimic the symptoms of bipolar disorder if untreated. Okay. What's on the screen there? Coco Nader? Am I saying that right? Coco Nader? Can't wait to see the Candace Owens, Sneakos, Myron Gaines, Nick Fuentes people that glazed the Heil Hitler song look stupid. And what excuses they got now for glazing his revolutionary free speech movement, LMAO, bending the knee. He's not bending the knee. He's down on all fours, if you ask me. But thank you for your donation. Did I read Sky High grad? Did the Hitler song on this guy? Yes, I did read that. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Deeds, I got your email. Hold on a second, guys. Let me see if I can get this in the live chat. This is a research edition. This is the eBay page link for the Hilfiger gear. I'm saying salute to Tariq Nasheed, rocking the fly hill figure in his video on his IG page. Huh? There's the link right there, ebay.com/Star Report merch. Classic hill figure attire, worn by yours truly, never worn outside. No cigar smoke. Everything is in crisp condition. Thank you, Deeds. Now, let me get back to my notes. If you're just now joining me, this is a research edition. God, I want to see this broad in handcuffs. Everybody hold on. This is the hill. Hold on. And she's defiant, too. You guys know what I'm talking about? Worth $40 million. Sheesh.
President Trump announced on Monday that the Department of Justice and Congress are, quote, looking at Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar's finances.
In a Truth Social post on Monday, Trump first revealed that he's sending border czar Tom Homan to ease tensions in Minnesota related to Saturday's shooting of ICU nurse Alex Preddy by an immigration officer.
Trump then moved to the subject of investigating the welfare fraud taking place in Minnesota and wrote, the DOJ and Congress are looking at Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who left Somalia with nothing. It's now reportedly worth more than $44 million.
Omar shot back at Trump on X, writing, quote, sorry, Trump, your support is collapsing and you're panicking. Right on cue. You're deflecting from your failures with lies and conspiracy theories about me. Years of investigations have found nothing. Get your goons out of Minnesota.
House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer previously told the Post that the goal is to win in court while finding out what caused the big spike in Omar's net worth. Comer added that he was considering subpoenaing Omar's husband, Tim Minot. A court filing as part of a lawsuit against a related company filed in South Dakota revealed Minot's investment firm, Rose Lake Capital, had $42.44 in its bank account in 2022. 2024, Omar's House financial disclosure showed Rose Lake Capital was worth up to $25 million. It's a nice little payday. However, Ilhan Omar has not disclosed a personal ownership stake in that firm. Well, look, Trump said they're looking at her. I don't know what formal steps are necessarily being taken, nor would I say that an investigation is necessarily proper. I mean, I would think they need more than, wow, she has a lot more money than she used to.
She shouldn't be rich.
Well,
$40 million.
I mean, she would not be the only. Many members of Congress in both parties enrich themselves while in office.
Thank you.
And some of
including
that is
the president.
Well,
he's
fine.
the most enriched in office.
Well, he was rich to begin with.
I know, but
I think his net worth has
doing
decreased over time, but
that he's saying that his son.
Okay, Nancy Pelosi's and her husband.
She doesn't have
made
nearly
a
as
lot
much
of money.
Trump. Carry on, though. I don't want to.
Okay, it's the increase during the time in Trump had tons of money before entering politics.
Okay. It's early afternoon here. We're talking about Kanye West has apologized. Full page ad in the Wall Street Journal. What say you? Are you a fan? Have you moved on? Has he done too much? And he's just now, trying to do a rollout for a new project. JR Cigar, area code 917. Good afternoon. Are you there? JR Cigar.
Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Good to hear from you. It's cracking.
Good to hear you. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man.
We were talking about the Kanye thing.
We're talking about your cigars, man. Let's handle that business first. You are a sponsor.
Yeah. Business over bull crap. Business over bull crap. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So on the website, I have a special promotion.
Let's go.
If you buy the black box and the white box, you get a free complimentary accuracy ashtray.
Right.
And I'm running that promotion right now.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I'm gearing up for the PCA, which is like the Super Bowl of cigar trade shows.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from April 17th to April 20th. And I know you was talking about before about doing some type of cigar summit or panel.
As soon as this weather gets nice, I'm moving back up to New York City. Not Brooklyn, not Queens, not the Bronx, right in Manhattan. And I want to do some morning and afternoon events. So we gotta find a way to make this happen. But yeah, AccuracySmokes.com. That's the website. Come on.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And they're fine cigars from Tamboril, Santiago, Dominican Republic.
Right.
And they're smooth, and everybody likes them, and they're very good cigars. And like I said, not only do I have cigars, I also have cutters, torches, and cigar pouches.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm pushing that, and like I said before, so I'm trying to become one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Sellers in the
let's you and I talk behind the scenes, because I got another idea with regards to promotion for your brand. But you wanted to chime in on Ye apologizing, in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah. I wanted to chime in on Ye.
Come on.
I think him apologizing, I mean, he let the cat out the bag. And the funny thing about it, when I heard the apology, when I read it, there's a lot of people saying, that they're not really accepting it. They say they understand that he gave the apology, but they're never going to really accept it. Yeah. He can go to Israel. He can go do the whole tour. He can get blessed by a rabbi or whatever. They're never going to truly forgive him, because this is what I believe.
Come on.
Kanye West blew something off the lid, and I think he said something that some people were thinking and that they couldn't say. So even if he is apologizing, they will never forgive him for that.
Okay.
So I commend him for doing it. And I also commend him with, apologizing to black people, because black people definitely blindly supported him. But
let me ask you a question before you go, JR Cigar. Was slavery a choice in America? That's what Ye said. Was slavery a choice?
Was slavery a choice? That's a tricky question. I would say,
be careful now. Think before you speak. Think before you speak. If you say, Star, that's none of my business, I'll respect that. Say, Star, that's not what I'm going around. I'm a sponsor. I want to stick to my brand.
So this is what I think. Was slavery a choice? I mean, you say people are mentally enslaved, people are physically enslaved. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword with that question.
Let it go. We want people to go to AccuracySmokes.com. Good to talk to you, man. Salute.
Thanks, Star. I appreciate you. Have a good day.
All right. It's one of my sponsors. All right. Moet Bless, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Salute, Star. Had to give back to the machine and tell Aladdin happy birthday. Listen, Aladdin spends Skrilla here. He's a good dude. But what do you have, like 4 or 5 birthdays? Hey there. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Rapper Ye.
Oh, there he is, the Capo Tutti Capi of North Jersey. How are you, Star?
Hey, Detroit Ziggy. How are you, man? Where do you want to start?
Well, Star, you brought up a couple of topics here. You brought up Kanye. You brought up this unethical crook who's been in office for 2 decades plus, Nancy Pelosi. And Star, I don't believe anybody knows what Nancy Pelosi, congressmen, senators get paid. Right? They are on a base salary.
Isn't she worth like $70 million, Nancy Pelosi? Last time I checked.
No. No, you can multiply that by 5, Star. She's worth approximately $350 million, Star, on $180,000
salary
payroll from these United States government, and that's $3,500 a week. Star.
Yeah.
You know, and it shows. I think we're at a point where we need to put term limits on these crooks, and that's local stuff too, Star. We don't want these mayors tearing up our cities for 16 years, right? So I think everything, Star. Let's thank social media. Everything from religion to politics to pharmaceuticals is brought to light by social media today. And let's salute that, right? The unethical crooks. When the grass gets low, Star, the snakes shall show.
Yeah.
And it's showing today. It's showing, you know, people are getting exposed. You know, how does Nancy Pelosi making $3,500 a week worth $350 million? Star, that needs to be investigated. Would you agree?
I think she's a little too intertwined with people for them to actually tell on her. I think at some point, if she crosses the right line, then someone will, you know, look into her finances. But she's been eating high off the hog for many, many years. But let's pull it back for a second here, Detroit Ziggy. My main topic is Ye, aka Kanye West. He has apologized for his anti-Semitic comments, full page ad, Wall Street Journal, and also to Black America. What are your thoughts there, Ziggy?
I think he's an absolute hypocrite. I believe he is more, you know, it's funny, Star, you hear about checking in, you know, people got to check in LA County with Big U and Whack 100. Well, guess who Kanye has to check in with when he comes into New York City?
Talk about it.
You know, he has to check in with the Ashkenazi community. And thank you, Star. I know how to pronounce that word correctly because of you. And I'm not only enjoying your podcast, Star, but you're pretty this is an educational broadcast, right? And if people just
thank you, but I'm gonna drop out. I'm gonna drop out. Come on.
Yeah, and listen, you might learn something, you know, and again, and Kanye is down on bended knee, kissing the ring of the tall hats and the small hats.
Yeah.
You know, and let's be frank, and just Star 10 years ago, he was with the porn star in the Oval Office trying to get Larry Hoover out of prison, right?
Well, I do believe Larry Hoover should be out. He shouldn't be in prison anymore. But okay. So yeah, clearly he from what some would say, this is a back and forth thing with him. I think that, and I haven't heard his music, you know, since the Jesus album, you know, since the Jesus album, or what was that album called, guys? Jesus something. Is it Jesus is King?
Well, he's a brand. He's a brand now, Star. Let's put
right.
Yeah,
right.
So he's not a Star.
So hang on a second. So my point here.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
My point here is: does it even matter if he says one thing and then goes and apologizes? He has an understanding of social media, as you just said. I mean, people are always going to be divided. So okay, he has apologized. I think in a couple of months he's going to say something else crazy and say it's the meds. Go ahead.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And that's how you stay relevant in today's market.
Yeah.
Right. We're all, again, we're clout chasing, as you like to say.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. And that's what his former wife does all the time. She's clout chasing. And some of these washed up rappers have podcasts now because, you know, they can't sell 5,000 albums anymore on the street. You know, so they got to sit on podcasts and tell us about how gangster they were 40 years ago. And so, again, you know, people are cloud chasing, and Kanye West is one of the biggest cloud chasers in America.
Yeah, I agree.
And on these 7 continents as well.
Okay. Any thoughts? Do you care about the original Black Panther Party now rejecting Paul Bird's song, and they are putting distance between him and themselves? Yep, Speed.
I'm not sorry, Star. I can't comment on something I'm not on.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
part.
about
But Star, I love these midday live shows.
Thank you, man.
Please keep enlightening the audience, Star, because you know there's a lot of knuckleheads out here, and all you have to do is throw some words at them. Don't let him open up the.
I'm one of the knuckleheads, Ziggy.
Yeah, well,
I'm one of the knuckleheads. But I
you are.
appreciate you.
Let me start.
appreciate
Okay, I'd like to land my plane, but I'm gonna
Okay.
do it some other time. Thank you
Okay.
for having me on.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Okay. Detroit Ziggy, good man right there. Anybody want to chime in? The OG Black Panther Party has now, they don't even want Paul Birdsong using the logo. The old antiquated logo, which they don't own the trademark to. Did you know that? I've said it before, I'll say it again. Respect to those young people. Once upon a time, they had great intentions, but the mission fell short. It fell short. They were infiltrated, by black devils. The worst devil is a black devil, as you should know. Hey there, area code 786. Please watch the language. This is a research edition. Are you there? 786?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Star? This is Alexander.
Hey, man, how are you, sir?
Hey, not bad. I wanted to call and talk a little bit about this topic with Ye. I'm 31, Star, and I grew up being a huge fan of Ye. And I got to be honest, man, I'm really disappointed with this latest kind of evolution of the story, just because I think at some point, man, we need somebody from our community to stand with their back straight and their chest out and really not cower to these people. And I'm not a hateful person, and I don't advocate for the hatred of Jewish people or anybody. But one thing I would say is that there is a problem with the nature of our relationship today, black people versus Jewish people, if you will. And I thought that one thing Kanye was doing, when that whole thing was initially happening, he was saying things like, I'm me tooing the Jewish community. I want Jewish kids to look at their parents and say, hey, why is Ye mad at us, Dad? Why is Ye mad at us? And I don't think we've really accomplished what he sought to accomplish.
Do you think that Ye finally realized that, you can't fight you can't bring, what is that old saying? You can't bring a gun to something about
can't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Can't bring a knife to a gunfight. Do you think that he realized, all the keeping it real, all the fans from back in the days, it's all horse shit. A wise man once said in this country, it's all about money and a damn thing funny, right? It's going way back.
Yeah.
Do you think that Ye realized, I've got a knife and I'm trying to fight a war against people who have big ass 50 caliber guns? What am I doing? You think that's what happened?
Right. I mean, I think that's exactly what happened, to be honest with you. And to be honest, I do think he is mentally ill. I think that's a part of the situation as well. But to the point that you're making, I live in Miami, man. So there's certainly Jewish people very influential here, but even across the country and the world, very organized, very wealthy, very intelligent group of people who are generally a couple steps ahead. And I think at the end of the day, Kanye was looking for support, whether it be the hip hop community, the black community. He's not an activist, you know what I mean? He's a rapper. And I just don't think our community was really in a place to have that conversation in a meaningful way.
Can I ask what community you belong to and what is your makeup? Your makeup?
I'm an American descendant of slavery. I was born in the Midwest,
Okay.
And that's how I identify.
Well, now, are you part of
Yeah,
are you part of the losing team or the winning team?
It's a good question. I think today that the team's losing. I mean, you got to be honest. Where would we be winning? Maybe on the football field.
And how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay. I don't give advice, but I will make a suggestion. Don't spend your life rooting for the losing team.
Wow.
Enjoy your life.
That's real shit, man.
Enjoy your life.
Yeah.
And just there's only but so far you can go until you realize, hey, do I have a network? Never mind a net worth.
Right.
Do I have a net worth? You see a lot of people that, you may think are wealthy. They're not, but they have a network. Something happens, they can get a lawyer on the phone like that who won't charge them 5 or 10 racks or a retainer. You know, they can call surgeons, they can call other people, a network. So I mean, again, I'm not trying to tell you what you should or you shouldn't do, but you know, having a pride with regards to your culture, that's a great thing. You said you're from the Midwest, so I would imagine you've got some indigenous people in your lineage, yes?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah. See, a lot of people who you know, claiming FBA, they don't know that a lot of indigenous people from Florida, after those wars, they had to go out to the Midwest. So who knows, man? I mean, but anyway, don't spend your life rooting for the losing team, man. That's all I want to say. You want to land your plane or what?
Yeah, I just had one more thing to say about the Kanye piece and then one piece about the Black Panthers.
Go ahead.
You know, the final thing I would say about Ye is I couldn't agree with you more. I think you make good points, but just more in general, I would say there's nothing that he could ever do to really gain the favor of the people that he's offended. I think it was today that Piers Morgan got on Twitter and said basically that he doesn't believe anything Kanye said, and how could you possibly attribute this to mental illness? Right. So what I would say is, like, just to young people today, man, you make a decision, stand on it, you know, keep your chest out and stand proud, you know, don't let these people discourage you in that way. But the other point that I would make, more to the Black Panther topic that you made, and I think the two topics are relatively connected, you know, so the person that you mentioned, that's kind of the younger guy who had the long gun at the protest a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, the people in charge of our society have done such a great job kind of stripping us from a print-based society, you know, so people don't even have the critical thinking skills that it really takes to read a meaningful book. And what flows from that is that you have a completely disintegrated community that doesn't have the ability to come together for anything. And to be candid, I'm talking about the Black community. I thought that what that guy was doing was somewhat impressive. You know, he was standing out there by himself, protecting his people and protecting the causes that he stood for. You know, and to see the Black Panther Party separate themselves from him feels to me like maybe they're co-opted at this point. It feels like that's really our only option, is to stand up for ourselves. So I salute that guy, actually.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. We're getting some good calls here this afternoon with regards to the topics. Someone says, good history knowledge, Star. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. At some point, you have to look around and say, hey, what am I doing? How much further am I willing to go? You know, thank you for becoming a new member. Who is that? Jocelyn. Hey, Jocelyn. Thank you, darling, with your pretty picture. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. And to the members, we are going to be doing live chat only, you know, shows this weekend. I got something planned. For you. Okay, this weekend. Thank you so much. Okay, and who's that just sent another donation here? Hey, Ivy. Ivy snitching. Ivy snitching. Ivy and I both have family on Martha's Vineyard Island. She's saying blacks are winning in Oak Bluffs and Sag Harbor Hills. Boulay, lives matter. Okay. Yeah. Listen, black people have history in Oak Bluffs. I was on Martha's Vineyard for Christmas, and one of my aunties signed. Well, let me not talk too much. I'll just say I became executor of her estate in Edgartown. I don't own the property yet, but you know, thank you for your donation, darling. All right. Peace. There he is. Early afternoon, King Simon. Thank you for tapping in, King Simon.
Greetings, sir. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Where do you want to start? We're talking about Ye. He has apologized. Do you think he did the right thing, King Simon? Let's just cut right to the chase. Come on.
Well, from his perspective, but the people that he apologized to, they watch him over and over for years. They study these people. They study people like Ye and others that have done it, and you know they're still under the premise that they'll never forget. always, from even, from the things that has happened to them in their history. So, yeah, he's going to be watched with a fine-tooth comb. He's going to be watched because he's already backtracked numerous times. Of course, we know that. So I'm glad he apologized to the melanated people, black people here in America and the world for, whatever he's done to people. But when it comes to Jewish people, they hold on to things a little bit more deeper. And we're very forgiving as black people in America and the Caribbean. We're very forgiving. But Jewish people, oh my goodness!
Can I jump in, King Simon? Can I jump in?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You are a knowledgeable man, guys. This is King Simon, who I'm speaking to. Numerology master. Yeah. Is that fair to say? Numerology master.
Student master. I'm always learning.
You're a master. Always. Stop it. All the celebrities come to you for those numerology readings. Do you think that black people, good people, let's be clear. Do you think that they're too forgiving?
I think, Dr. Khalid used to say we are forgiving people, but yes, we can be too forgiving. Yes, and I'm even going to talk about the Black Panther thing with Dr. Khalid.
Hold on. Let's stay there for a second, because if we're talking about the people that Ye has apologized to first, I think, according to, the Old Testament and the Talmud, yes, never forget.
Never forget.
We are God's chosen. Never forget. And you are supposed to teach your young. Don't you ever forget. You are hated. Hated. Don't ever forget that. Now, I'm a non-believer in the theory of God, but you see, I respect people who are dedicated to a certain moral compass. Doesn't necessarily have to be by way of mysticism, but morals, ethics, and values. I respect that. Again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. My ninth grade prom in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. I was going to the prom with a girl, Jewish girl, and we're sitting in her living room, and her mother goes to the front window and screams, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" I said, "What the fuck?" She screamed because the company that sent a car to take myself and her daughter to the prom was a Mercedes-Benz. She screamed. I said, "What's wrong?
Wow.
What's wrong?" And the girl, she said, "I can't ride in that car." Why, right, King Simon?
Of course. We know the history behind that.
They made custom Mercedes-Benz cars for the Third Reich. So I respect people who stay dedicated to what they believe. Go ahead, sir. You were saying? Go ahead.
10 toes. They say 10 toes down.
Yeah.
10 toes down, all fingers.
Yeah.
And I think, again, Kanye is being watched because he's a very influential person. And when you're influential, they watch you with a microscope, just like they watch many other leaders.
As they should. As they should.
Right.
Come on.
Right. Somebody who I loved and respected, Dr. Khalid, was watched after things that he said.
Come on.
And, being around him, securing him, we know. And even moving to the Black Panthers with this same situation, Dr. Khalid was definitely in support of oppressive people, but melanated, darker people, because I remember him talking to us about going to the Arab countries and seeing an Arab disrespect melanated, darker hue people, and he would pick them up and throw them. Anybody lighter skinned or all that, he was very leery of those other cultures from outside of the United States or outside of this hemisphere. And if there was an African brother or sister that disrespected another African woman, he'll pick them up and throw them and beat them up. That's just how Dr. Khalid was in his spirit. So I don't think he would definitely have watched this dude and checked him out I wouldn't think he would support him right away. He would have to, find out some intel more about him in order for him to even. I bring up Dr. Khalid because he was a part of, he became part of the new Black Panther movement. And, I respect him immensely. Sister Shahrazad Ali respected him. And Queen
Shahrazad Ali.
Yes. Yeah, but she never liked to be put. She never liked nobody put that name on top of her queen.
I know, but when she used to come on Star and Buck Wild show, man, I made sure I said, well, listen, you guys can call her sister, Shahraz Ali, but she is a queen.
She is.
Hold on a second. Stay with me, guys. I'm talking to the homie King Simon, who I did see recently on my trip to New York. Someone says on the screen, Star, do you think Black FBA millennials should give up on this movement for FBA people and just look out for self? Surla from No, I don't think you should give up on the movement. I think if you have the right intentions and if you have a structure and you have a foundation and a family, then you need to pool your resources and work together. Never mind what I say. I'm out for self. You know this. I'm selfish. I hate to say this, but what's that old saying, King Simon? Do as I say, not as I do.
Not as I do.
Back to you. Go ahead.
Exactly, not as I do. And like I said on Duan, I said something recently on Duan B's channel about
salute to the homies.
FBA. Salute to the brother, man. Salute to him. Him and his wife are beautiful people, man. Beautiful. And I told him, FBA need to do the delineation of the coons from the Caribbean, the coons from Africa, the coons from all the people that have disrespected them. Because I know from my own journey, I've never disrespected the FBA. And when we was just calling them Black Americans and all that, and my family from Cuba and Caribbeans and all that, and I was born here. But, back in the day, Star, I created a whole international posse when I was 14, 15 called the Party Posse. It was American, Grenadian, Jamaican, Haitian, and we just threw events throughout Brooklyn, hooky parties back in the day. Right. So, a lot of people, I know that my heart was always understood that the FBA had a culture, especially in hip hop and music, because that music used to come to Jamaica. When I used to go down there to visit Jamaica, they had the Michael Jackson album, the James Brown albums out there, listening to this stuff. And the radio stations used to cover that. The AM radios used to cover that, play their music. So, we just need to really, like Marcus Garvey said, although you don't like Marcus Garvey, I got it. Cool.
Well, hang on now, King Simon. Don't try and take a shot and then go past it. No. I
heard your speech back in the day.
Hang on. Now, I respect the grift of Marcus Garvey. That was a grift. Marcus Garvey.
Okay, that's what you think.
Well, hang on. Marcus Garvey was never in the military, correct? Never fought in any wars, but he was up in Harlem and he had black men wearing military uniforms. Yes.
Right, he did. He understood uniformity.
Yes. Okay. Marcus Garvey was selling back to Africa, right? He purchased two big ass ships, but he himself had never been to Africa, right?
Never been to Africa, but he would have went there.
But he would have went there. But he never set foot on the continent, right?
Right. But you got to remember who was his teacher.
Well, he
was
following. Okay,
go ahead.
Stay with me, King Simon.
I'm gonna stay right here.
I respect the grift. I respect it. He never set foot in Africa, and the people. He was banned from that. He wasn't banned from the continent. He had no money to go. He got deported into Jamaica. Jamaica said, "Nah, you're not gonna grift here." And then he had to go to London, so he never made it to Africa. Go ahead, take it from there.
Mm-hmm. He never made. He wanted to go to Africa. He never made it to Africa, and that's cool. He did get dipped by somebody that infiltrated his organization. Let's be real. Let's go back. But
Agent 800.
Remember
Agent 800, right?
Agent 800. That's right. Yeah. Agent 800, according to the history. But we don't forget the fact why he came to America in the first place, and studying Booker T. Washington and all of them. And by the time he got there, Booker T. had passed on. And in his early writings, he said the American blacks would be the capitalists.
I know.
For this whole thing, not Pan-Africanism, but freedom in general all over the world. That was really that's why I said on Dewan B's show that if the FBA get their things together, get it together with the whole reparation thing, there would be a domino effect for all melanated people around the world because they would have to give it up. Period. If you got the FBA that does it. So
King Simon, hold on. King Simon, stay with me. I don't mean to cut you short. Spirit, Spirit Smooth Tunes. Spirit, you should have a wrench now. Check your YouTube channel. You should have a wrench, guys. That's one of my sponsors. If you go to the community section, you'll see a link to his page. You should be good to go. Spirit, all right? Okay. Now, everything you're saying, King Simon, is respected and appreciated. But now, Dr. Claude Anderson, who laid the premise, can we agree on that, for what we know to be foundational Black Americans, sat down with Rock Newman years ago.
Yes, I watched it. Yes,
okay.
Yes.
That's where I know of the whole delineation word came about with regards to indigenous Black people. And then he said in his book, Powernomics, right? I forget what year that came out.
I read that. Yes, I read that.
Black people are a permanent underclass. He said that, not me.
Yes.
Take it from there.
He did.
Take it from there.
He did say that. And again, because of how we're allocating our dollars elsewhere. That's what he was talking about. Trillions of dollars that it only lasts 6 hours in our community.
Yeah.
This money goes out to Chinese and Arabs and all these other people, but not last in our community. And that was the issue and the problem that he had. And I understand. Big up to him. I brought him into New York twice. So big up to him. Yeah. I respect Brother.
Big up to the tethers that donate to this machine. I got you on the screen. They said tethers watch Star every day. That's a whole fact. Salute to the tethers. I'm sorry, King Simon, go ahead.
First of all,
tether money is great money.
Careful. I'm about to jump on that 10 toes down. First of all, y'all gotta be very careful of using that word tether to any and everybody that might come from the Caribbean. Tethers are ones that are cooning in the systems and taking away stuff from you. Let's be real clear. I am not a tether just because I'm connected to. My family came here and did great work in the midwifery and the nursing homes of this club. So I'm not no tether to do that. So I don't know. I'm a FBCA, Foundation of Black Caribbean of the Americas.
They weren't
done deal.
They weren't talking about you, King Simon. They were just saying that
okay.
Tethers hold me down. Go ahead. You were saying so. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Caribbean always loved you, Star. We've been in New York, Flatbush, Shasta Party, the Shasta House.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Let's be real.
Yes, sir.
Let's be real. But, but respect to you always, Star. You know how we get down, man. We families, man. You know how we do.
I appreciate the call. Salute.
Appreciate you.
Yes,
Salute.
Sir. Thank you so much. Okay. King Simon calling in with the knowledge. Area code 720. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there? 720.
Hey, Stars, Charlie Brown, man. Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
How are you, sir?
Doing well. I just saw that video, and to be honest, I couldn't be a police officer. I have several family members who are law enforcement. I have family members who are in the FBI, things like that. And I will be a dirty cop, especially if you run from me. So if you run from me, it's over. You're definitely walking away, with a broken arm, collarbone. I'm putting my knee on your neck. I'm gonna slam your head on the pavement. I'm gonna do you greasy if you run from me. So I could not be a police officer. Especially in that scenario, I think the cop was being too nice. The second he told her to step back and fall back.
Well, sir, hold on a second now. I'll play it again if I have to. At first, she came out, closed the door in his face. The second time, she came out slashed. And so he was caught off guard. She came out with a nice, easy demeanor. Now, unless you have an understanding of, different temperaments and things like I forget what those courses are called. You could have got slashed. Now here's the question. I mean, no disrespect. Are you pussy on the trigger? Because that's what it comes down to. Are you pussy on the trigger?
No, I'm saying he should have shot her sooner. That's what I'm saying.
So we're not talking about him.
Nice.
See, now we're talking about you. Are you? I say this.
Oh, me?
With all due respect, are you pussy on the trigger?
And what do you mean in regards? Like, what am I, a gun owner now, or what do you mean?
Could you shoot? You know, a woman? Could you shoot a 110-pound, crystal meth head? Are you pussy on the trigger? Could you pow?
So I've personally never, taken a life personally, but as an officer, you're trained to kill. So if you're trained, yeah, you need to take her down. That's what he's trained to do.
Okay.
So it's different being a police officer and a civilian.
Right.
A police officer is trained to kill. I'm a civilian. I've never taken a life before, so I don't know what that's like. But if you're a police officer, you need to make it home at the end of the day.
All right.
So he should have took her down.
Okay. Any thoughts on Ye apologizing for being anti-Semitic and apologizing to the black community as well? Any thoughts?
To be honest, man, I think the damage is already done. He's just making it worse on himself right now. All this backpedaling, he's already done the most, and it's like, okay, are his meds regulated? And then 6 months later, he has an album that's going to come out, and now he's going to switch it up. Like, I don't rock with Ye, man. He should have just stood on what he said, and I'd have more respect for him. But now he's doing all this backpedaling.
Right.
I don't rock with Ye.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Star. Have a good show.
Yes, sir. Folks, I mean no disrespect, but, that's what it comes down to. You can have all the training. And for those who are police officers or retired, feel free to call in and educate people, because you can go through all the different training scenarios, but it's not the same. It's not the same once shit gets to happening and moving and you're in that situation. One more call and then I'm going to play another video. Area code 267. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there? 267.
All the time, Stars. Joe from Philly, man.
Hey, man. How are you,
Listen, I got two things I'm going to jump into first. I don't know if you care, but the backstory to that video you showed, she was a basketball player.
Yeah.
And she was like 6'6", I think.
Yeah.
And she was having a mental episode. And
well, she's now with Jesus, sir. But hold on, sir. The officer at that time didn't know all that. That's right. That's my point. Could you be a police officer? Oh, no. You walk into a situation.
Listen.
Go ahead.
I'm on his side. He saved his life. That woman was 6'6".
Yeah.
And she was an athlete. She could have ran him down. If she would have got up on top of him,
yeah,
and the mental state she was in, he did the right thing. Now, to answer your question, when it comes to, I'm sorry.
Could you be a police officer?
No. And this is the reason why. Could I shoot somebody? Of course, absolutely. If they, bring in problems or something like that, because they get real quick. But the reason why I know I couldn't be a police officer, man, I watch these videos of people getting stopped in traffic, and these women hollering and screaming and losing. I couldn't deal with it. My patience is too short. Okay. I will walk away from situations, and I don't at my age now, I don't have that temperament anymore.
Okay. I appreciate the call, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Area code 718. Are you there? Good evening now. 718.
Hi, Stars, Legally Shay.
Hey, good to hear from you. How are you?
How are you?
I'm great. I'm just doing research here at a very slow pace and playing some what I consider to be very important videos. Where do you want to start?
I love it, Star. I was trying to get out of court early so I could make it to your show, but me and the COs, we just couldn't get out. But I'm glad I made it. I think I want to start with if I would ever be a cop. I think that's a great question because as a defense attorney, I could never be a prosecutor, right? Okay. But lately, I could see myself being a cop. I think I would be a great cop.
I'm biased when it comes to female police officers. I think that they will squeeze that trigger faster than a male. I don't think that they will
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think that they would, give you the same number of commands.
Hell no.
A guy will tell you something 12 times. A female will tell you 3, and then she gets to popping.
Star, I would tell a guy once. That's it. I would be like, you need to sit down. You don't sit down? No, because I'm trigger happy. But that's why I think I would be a good cop. And I also think that, Star, I have a theory. I won't take up too much of your time.
Come on, I'm
but,
listening.
In law school, I used to believe in abolish the police, right?
Ooh.
But I started to realize that without the police, whenever we have problems in Dykeman, I would never call the cops or I would never call the 34th precinct.
Okay.
If I had problems, I knew up the block who to speak to, right? But now that I'm older, I have no choice but to rely on the police because there's no way that I could defend myself or my son.
Right.
But back in the day, I would have loved, because I believe officers are trigger happy. Officers who are cops nowadays were bullied when they were younger, and they're like taking out all their frustrations on everybody. And on top of that, because of what I do, I see a lot of officers beat my clients. And it can never be admitted into court because it's not that it's not relevant, but when they beat you up or when they catch you, when you make them run or you make them work, they manhandle you and they just slam you everywhere, but it won't make the charges go away, Star.
Can I jump in legally, Shay?
Of course.
Okay. That's been said, and that narrative has been pushed for decades, centuries perhaps. I don't believe that all cops were bullied when they were young. I believe that I believe that cops, like everybody else, has a button that if you push the wrong button, hey, I'm human. Some people have a short fuse. The reason why I'm asking this question, could you be a police officer, is because we're talking about repetitive behavior. That's got to play some type of mind game on the person who has the firearm, and these situations where it's like, oh God, not again today. I just had a sandwich. Or you got a female officer, she God, I got my menstrual cycle, and here we go with the bullshit. Everybody wasn't.
That's right.
Everybody wasn't bullied. You got some people that are just out of control, and that you can't reason with them. What do you think about that?
You mean who's out of control, Star? The cops or the citizens?
Citizens, civilians. Some of these videos. Good. I'm sorry. Get.
Listen, I'm older now, and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. Maybe because I had a crazy busy day, but nobody got time for games. Like, if I'm a police officer, if I'm telling you to stop, you better stop. If I'm telling you to take your hands, put your hands up, and I feel like you fidgety, you moving around, I'm scared. I'm going to shoot you. I don't know what you got in your pocket, and I'm not going to risk it. The job doesn't pay enough. There's not enough training, and there's a lot of people, civilian citizens walking around here disrespecting cops. And it's just, we don't have the privilege. Like, the Black and brown community, we can't just go up to cops and say, I can't curse, but F you, right. The way white people can, maybe. You know what I'm saying, Star? It just doesn't happen. And you know what? It's our reality, and I tell this to my clients all the time. This is what you're dealt with. Yeah. This is where you're at. You can't be walking around being tough, trying to show off in front of your friends, in front of a cop. Because when you start doing that, you're the one doing time, nobody else.
I don't want to get into your business, and I don't want you to say anything that jeopardizes what it is that you do. You are a defense attorney, or I forget what type of attorney are you?
I am what you call, Star. I'm a general practitioner. I take cases that walk through the door, right?
Okay.
But now most of my my caseload is criminal defense.
Okay. Okay. With that being said, since we're talking about cops, and I'm not sure what law applies in your county or area of practice, you know, cops are different now than they were in certain states 50 years ago. New York City, they no longer have qualified immunity. So that's why you have people talking hella crazy to the cops now, and the cops are not as trigger happy as they once were. Do you deal with that qualified immunity in the police officers, and if they shoot?
No, not here in Massachusetts.
Okay.
The one thing I can tell you, Star, is something recently, and again, I won't take up too much of your time.
It's okay.
Because I was practicing in Pennsylvania, I have to obviously learn a couple of things in Massachusetts, right? You as an attorney, you're constantly learning. So check this out. In Massachusetts, whenever we have a defendant, and it has to do with drugs or with evidence collections with the cops or something, because something happened with one of the labs in Massachusetts, I forget what case and I forget the year. If you have a case, let's just say before the year 2005, there was somebody in Massachusetts in the lab just messing up evidence, messing up DNA.
Right. Yeah.
And what's wild, what's crazy is that I see that all the time, Star, especially with cops. Cops make mistakes all the time, but they're people too. You know, like a lot of people tell me, Shay, you know, I got pulled over. They didn't read my Miranda rights, so the case gets thrown out. And then you're just like, you know, not really.
Not really.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, but before you go,
yeah.
Pennsylvania and Massachusetts are both Commonwealth
yes.
states. Do they still charge the inmates? I don't know if you would know this or not, for the beds when they get sent to whether it's the county or prison. Do they still have to pay for those beds? Because I remember a story years ago where you have to pay for the bed. If you don't pay for the bed when you're released, you can get a bill in the mail, and if you don't pay the bill, it can affect your Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian. Yes, no?
Yes, Star. And I won't. I'm sorry, I keep saying this. I won't take up too much of your time, but I wrote a paper on this. I wrote a paper on this in law school. What's really interesting, Star, is that there's a lot of fines and restitution that someone has to pay once you're in the criminal system, right? So they mount this onto your case. And what's even more crazy is, you know, that there are like little fines with probation and stuff like that. And if you can't pay that, a warrant goes out for your arrest if you don't speak to your probation officer. So there's lots of fines, lots of fees, same thing with the bed. And all of that gets calculated into what they're called the Crime Victims Compensation Board.
Okay.
That's how they get their money, Star. Well, I hope you have a great show. I'll be in the chat.
Thank you so much, Legally Shay. Let's talk later.
Okay, bye.
Bye now. Bye. Yeah, I forgot about that. How much do they charge in the state of Pennsylvania for that bed when you're locked up? And how much in Massachusetts? Did it used to be like $16 a day in Pennsylvania? Sheila, I got your donation on the screen. Police needs training, especially with mental health, children and adults, and racism needs to stop, but can't under the leadership of our country. Well, Sheila, racism's never going to stop. Not in America. If you ask me, but you're welcome to call in, okay? People are saying $30 a day? Get out of here. Sheesh. In which state? Area code 510. Good evening. Please watch the language. Doing a research show. You there? 510.
Hey, Star. Sheila.
Hey, Sheila. Good to hear from you. What's cracking?
Just getting ready for another board meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
A lot happening.
Tower of Love Foundation. Your banner is in my community section. I'm looking for the showrunner right now. What's going on? You want to chime in on the topics? Ye apologized in a full-page ad, Wall Street Journal, or no, I'm now asking the question: could you be a police officer, Sheila?
Yeah, definitely the anti-Semitic comments. I mean, I'm a huge advocate for no hate speech.
Okay.
And in our city, we've been plagued by hate speech for decades.
Oakland, California. Oakland, for those who don't know.
For sure. And the individual that we talked about when we first talked, I blame that person for decades of harm in our city alone. And most recently, I've done research, and there's been fatalities that have occurred as a result of verbal attacks and hate speech. I mean, literally, in Oakland alone. I personally know victims that almost lost their life due to being called the B word. So even though they've given $1 million away in music funding in our district, they're at least focusing on hate speech, which I'm really happy about. They have recommitted to a zero tolerance of hate speech. And I have the ongoing advocacy for music as well because I'm teaching my son keyboard. So we're hoping.
But hang on a second, Sheila. So you want to do away with the word bitch? You think that's hate speech?
It definitely is. I know someone who.
I disagree.
Life.
I disagree. I'm not going to be a part of anything that tries to do away with that word. I mean, are you talking about hate towards a certain group? That's just a form of expression. It doesn't necessarily have to relate to any particular group or ethnicity. A bitch is also a female dog. So where's the line? Because here in America, we have freedom of speech. Where is the line?
I'm speaking of it in terms of at the youth level, where their minds are very
impressionable.
You know, they can go either one way or another.
Impressionable.
Yeah, very much. And so we've been fighting for that within the schools because what you learn as a youth shapes your mind as an adult. And we're seeing it at the youth level as well. You know, as I said, I serve on the Black Suspensions Committee, and the N word, the B word, they have been triggers for violence to occur within the schools. And not just that. I mean, we break it down with the district right now, you know, what's considered hate speech. It's not just the B word, the N word, or even the R word. I mean, even in special education, special needs is considered sort of like a bad word.
Well, let me jump in here for a second, Sheila, because, you know, see, this is a slippery slope. And if we're talking about quote unquote hate speech, what should happen to, I don't know, a 10-year-old who says the N word or says something that is offensive, but it's really their right to say these words? What should happen? Because your focus is the schools. What should happen to that child?
Right. So there needs to be some restorative practice across all school districts as a uniform way, like a uniform approach to communicate with each other and on a respectable level. And so we are constantly fighting for that. And, you know, the district here has recommitted to a zero tolerance of hate speech. I don't know if it's an official ban yet, but it's important that when kids go to school, because you don't know where environment they're coming from. You don't know what they hear at home.
I respect you as a sponsor, and I want to send people to your petition, guys. This is Sheila from Tower of Love Foundation. I just want to give her a little pushback on this whole hate speech thing and to stop, you know, children from saying hateful words. Now, are all profanity words hate speech? Again, I want to be clear where the line is.
They're doing ongoing training at the district, but I don't quite know if they're going specifically into detail about the words.
Okay.
But it's an ongoing practice that, the staff is getting anti-racism type practice, and they're working on that. And I believe I need to check with the superintendent, but I'm trying to find out if they're actually doing trainings with parents and the individual classrooms as well. Yeah. But we are moving to hopefully a ban on hate speech in our district.
Okay. Well, listen, as
I said, I personally know people who've gotten sent into the hospital and people dying over.
I will say this though, Sheila. I will say this: if they're doing away with critical race theory, and then banning words, as well, then I think we're heading in a very slippery slope area. But go ahead, land your plane. I got other calls. I appreciate you. What is your?
No, I just wanted to just chime in on that. I had sent a couple super chats and just wanted to just check in. And
thank you.
Our advocacy is ongoing, and we still need people to people that can talk without cursing to join us and. Share some positivity with us.
Thank you, Sheila.
you yourself say watch the language. So, there's a time and place for everything, but I appreciate.
I say watch the language for business reasons because of the algorithm, but I don't necessarily think that, certain words should be banned from, if people are out drinking or, whatever, they're at a concert, they shouldn't be banned from saying a word. But hey, I appreciate you. Let's talk again. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. Sheila tapping in. Guys, email address on the screen. Blade, I got your email and your donation. Nigga, you and I both know that you talking. Area code 678. Good evening. Please watch the
What's up,
language.
Star?
How are you, sir? What do you want to start?
No, I got you, man. How you doing? I just want to answer the question about the cop thing.
Could you be a police officer? I got more videos to play. I got a white boy in a ski mask runs down on the police. We're not just playing black people catching slugs. Come on.
Listen, man. I thank God I wouldn't be a police officer, man. Just because, the other caller made a point. She nailed it right on the head. A lot of these cops that's trigger happy. 9 times out of 10, they was bullied in school, or they were just, despised from the society, or, basically, bullied by the whole society. And, if I became a police, oh man, I would have been one of those trigger happy police officers. It'd have been real crazy.
Were you bullied?
Of the whole country.
Were you bullied growing up?
Of course, man. I was bullied. I was a victim.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking you. So.
Yeah. Yes.
I think that narrative is kind of played out now. I mean, there are some people who do want to become police officers because of different benefits, pensions, if you will. There are cultures who come to this country and they specifically, encourage some of the people from that culture, if you will, to become law enforcement.
Yeah.
Everybody's not a victim of being bullied, but good. So you're saying you could not be a police officer? You could not be?
No, I couldn't be a police officer because if I was, I would have been, I would have shook up things, man. Mm-hmm. I would have been the one. Because like I said, now you made some points, you do got foreigners that come to America, to become police officers because of the benefits and all that stuff. But as far as the Americans, like that lives in these urban environments, I believe half of them, became that to get some type of, vengeance, on people is because they was getting bullied. They was being despised from society, whether it's their own society or the dominant society, so I feel like they.
What about black cops who don't like black people?
You said black cops?
What about black?
Yeah, I'll say half of them.
What about black cops?
Yeah, I'll say half of them.
Who don't like black people? What about those cops?
Yeah, those the ones. Those the ones that can be trigger happy. And then you got some black cops that does mean well to the community, that does, want to protect their community and bring service to the community. So it's 50-50. But you do have black cops out there that that probably was bullied, and I heard stories like from all over the nation.
Okay.
I heard it was a black cop in Baltimore that was terrorizing the city. I heard it was a black cop in Texas that was, it was just like you'll hear stories, you'll hear articles of how these black cops was crazy. Like even in my hometown, I heard it was a well-known black cop that was just, just terrorizing or just, acting out. So it just depends on the motive.
Okay. So long story short, you could not be a police officer.
Nah, man, I couldn't be a police officer, man.
Okay.
I would have threw my life away. I would threw my career away. Once I got put on to being a police officer, it would have been bad. I would have had white people in that office writing laws, Let
me ask you one question before you go, with all due respect. Now, you say you were bullied. You owned up to that.
Yeah, not just from.
Are you pussy on the trigger? Hang on. Are you pussy on the trigger?
No.
How do you know?
Because what is going?
How do you know?
Because because what it is, I have like a lot of emotions. I got emotions, so it's just like it can be something that trip me off to where, like, say if I'm a police officer, right?
What was it? Sorry, I hear you, but see, now you're talking hypotheticals. Have you ever squeezed the trigger?
Unfortunately, no, man. I ain't finna put my business out there like that.
Well, you don't have to have shot someone. Have you ever been to a gun range? Pow, 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 pow.
Nah, man. Nah.
So you don't know, and I say this with all due respect, you don't know if you were to pull that gun out and you admitted to being emotional, somebody could slap you, take the gun from you, and then shoot you. You don't know.
Nah, I wouldn't let nobody take no weapon from me. I couldn't. I couldn't, man. I put my life on the line if I have a weapon. If I have possession of a weapon.
I got you. Hey, salute. I was just talking to you. Salute, man. Salute.
Salute.
Thank you for your patience. Please, no cursing allowed. Leave that to me. Are you there? Area code 404. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
This is Schoolboy. I'm doing well.
Hey, man. What's going on with you, player?
I'm chilling, man. Your question caught my ear, man, and I wanted to give my opinion on this one. And if I would be a cop, absolutely.
Absolutely what, sir?
Yeah, I would. I would be a cop. I want to be a detective, though. I don't necessarily want to be a foot soldier. I want to ask questions after the fact.
Okay.
You have
the flow. Come on.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of these interrogation videos, and I be seeing these people committing crimes. And the thing that really cracks me up is when the detective got all the evidence, and these people be trying to lie. They just be like, okay, cool. They let them lie, and then they be like, okay, well, you said you wasn't there, but we got a picture of you there right here. What you gonna do about that? They talk themselves into jail.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I feel like the black community specifically, we need to do some color. Like, I appreciate an honorable nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that word.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm good with an honorable nigga, but like, it's some niggas that just need to be done with, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a big fan of letting them just walk around freely, wrecking the streets and whatnot. We need to put them behind the bars. It's my opinion.
So, Schoolboy, now you and I had dinner one time. We've had conversations. You're a college man. You're a father, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you pussy on the trigger?
Oh no. I got that 9 milli on me right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in Georgia, and I go to the range. I know how to shoot for real. I've been shooting for a minute.
Have you ever been tested? Have you ever been tested?
Well, I'm a responsible gun owner, so no, I haven't been tested in that way. And I say I'm a responsible gun owner because, like, most people gonna talk their shit, but talk.
You gotta watch the language, Schoolboy. Can't do it. It's too early.
Sorry.
Too early. Go ahead.
My bad. I was just saying, like, a lot of people going to talk a lot. They be on that woof stuff, but they're not really ready to go there. So I let them have their peace and get away, go home clean. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not really.
Well, it's not something to be proud of. Let's slow it down. You know, going to the range is nothing like shooting a human being. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. Shooting someone is not. It's not a good feeling, and sadly, if you do it once, it's like getting your cherry broken, so to speak. And if you get past it, if you get past it, then you say, you know what, that wasn't so bad. But the first time, you can either lose your life or you can, stand your ground, so to speak. Go ahead, land your plane, schoolboy. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I you know why I think I'll be okay with shooting somebody, because I don't think I'm a sociopath or psychopath or nothing like that. But I really don't feel no way about letting somebody go if I feel like they did something that deserved it. I'm at peace with that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the question is, could you be a police officer? Not could you shoot someone?
Oh, yeah.
We're past that question, and the answer is no. Shooting. Well, okay. So you're saying you could be?
Yeah. I would be a police officer. I would be a police officer. I would be wanting to be in a black neighborhood and getting the bad element out of it. That's what I would be.
Well, hang on. Since you said that, could you shoot a 19-year-old white girl high on some Molly? She had a couple of drinks. She's cursing at you, calling you all out your name. She goes into the goddamn back of the car, grabs a screwdriver. She's coming at you. Then what, schoolboy?
Yeah, somebody got to go, brother. Excuse me. She got to go.
Thank you, schoolboy. Have a good day. Thank you. Let's get him out of here. He's cursing, and he's calling me a brother. Let's get him up out of here. I don't believe him. Shooting someone is not anything to be proud of. And are there people in that live chat? I know there are some of you there who you had an unfortunate situation that forced you to squeeze the trigger. Like myself, it was an unfortunate situation. I had a bitch running down on me at a dance hall club. She had blonde hair, that much hair, blonde hair, woofing and barking. She had on some silver goddamn boots. Jamaicans with all the different colors, woofing and barking. Pussy boy! Coming at me. Frankie G, sit tight, Frankie G. I'm coming to the phone lines. Hang on. Area code 347. You have to watch the language. I'm only going to say it once. Good evening. Are you there? 347.
Yes, I love the content, brother.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye, sir. Thank you. We don't do the brother thing. Are you ready? Come on. I don't want to hang up on you.
No. What I want to say is, of the content that you have tonight, I appreciate the thing about.
Could you be a police officer, sir? Can we start right there? Because it sounds like you're grooving, and I don't want to have a long conversation like that if you're sipping, respectfully. Could you be a police officer?
Yes, I could. Okay. I tried when I was younger.
I'm listening.
And I have a couple of friends that are, affiliated like that with that, but I never respected it because, listen, capitalism is
I didn't hang up on you, sir. What are we doing? What are we doing?
No, I'm just saying, Star. All I want to
troll babies. Do I get him out of here? Sir, we're having a good show.
Police officer.
Sir, we're having a good show. You're calling in here, slurring your speech. Thank you, sir. Come on. I don't want to do that. We're having a good show, a good conversation. People are addressing the topic. Call me Thursday night, sir, at 11 p.m. You can be off the Steel Reserve, a perky, but not now, please. Frankie G, is that you tapping in? 416 Frankie G.
Shalom, Star. How you doing?
All right, Frankie G. I'm going to say it to you one time. We're not, slow it down with the anti-Semitic talk. All right, slow it down.
I got you.
I'll get you out of here. Okay. What's going on, man?
That's a fact. Oh man, listen. Kanye is gonna have to take that trip to Israel. I've seen that announced yesterday that he plans on going over there.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have to kiss the wall with the yarmulke on.
I want to see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm locked and loaded, style. I can't wait to see it because this is an example of what they do to you once you get out of line, man. You got to be a good goyim, right? You got to behave yourself. And what does he think this is? Just because you dropping an album now, he's trying to make a comeback? Mm-hmm. Come on. That's what it seems like. It really does seem like that. Like I think he bought time or bought space in that article for him to make that a giant
Wall Street Journal
and apologize. The Wall Street Journal. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, he bought space. Yeah. Right? Just so he can grovel.
Yeah.
He had to get down on all fours. We saw the video.
Yep.
With the Ashkenazi Jew.
Yep. Yeah.
And kiss the ring. Now he's gonna have to go.
Niggas. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna let you, make me start saying crazy stuff. Land your plane. Land your plane, man. Not tonight. We're not having Rory calling here talking crazy. We're doing none of that. Land your plane. Come on, Frank.
I got you, Star. I got you. Listen, man. Right. I like to see the truth come to light because a lot of people say I'm a conspiracy nut and this and that. I'm out of my mind. Well, it's funny how a lot of these things that seem to be so false and the Jews are offended by you say, how can you say we control everything and blah blah blah. Well, here's an example.
Frankie G, are you married?
Somebody
else. Are you married? I don't know if I asked you that.
Yes, sir.
If I had to guess, hang on. If I had to guess, you're married to a Jew.
No, absolutely no. No, absolutely not.
Frankie G.
Yes.
I've known guys like you all my life. You're Polish, yes? Right?
Yeah. She's Polish as well.
Yeah.
She's Polish as well.
Somewhere in her family tree, there's a Jew, and that's why you talk crazy the way you do, because you want to keep her in check. Good to talk to you, man. Salute. Salute.
God.
Let's get him out of here. Could you be a police officer? Don't get pussy on the phones now. Don't get pussy on the phones. A white boy was shot out of his goddamn shoe. Come on, black man. I know you shoot mammy. Area code 646. Good evening. Please watch the language. 2 topics on the table. Good evening.
My name is Paul. I'm a longtime fan. I am a white guy. I couldn't be a policeman because my family was in the New York Fire Department, and we're longtime enemies. Okay. But I wanted to comment quickly on Kanye West, if that's okay.
Okay. Now, can I ask how old are you?
59.
Okay. Yeah, because when you said longtime enemies, a lot of people don't know that the police and the fire department have had tension for decades.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have photos of New York fire trucks that are being pulled by horses, so it goes back a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about He's apologized. What are your thoughts, sir?
Oh, okay. These are my thoughts. He's 48 years old, so I know he has business aspirations, but if this is about him trying to get his career and albums going, he's too old to be on top of the hip hop game now, in my opinion. And secondly, as far as apologies, there are certain protected communities that are historically grudgeful. So the apologies will never be a solution. They're just a shaming ritual, in my opinion. And I think that the headline should be "Oi, yay." For New York Post, etc. I don't know what dance hall club you were at. I know the Biltmore.
Easy. Don't start trying to put two and two together. Just take it easy. Take it easy.
Okay.
Come on.
Must have been love people. Take care. Love your show, man.
Okay, thank you.
Care.
Okay. I'm trying to guess which dance hall club. I beat the case. Okay. Guys, www.dollpimp.com. That's one of my sponsors. I'm going to recommend, again, to some of you who may not, you may think that a synthetic life form or a doll is creepy. It's where we are headed in society. Think about this for a second. If you have a family member, loved one who passed away and you never got closure. You can take a picture, send it to George at www.dollpimp.com. Now, I don't know for certain if he can create a model similar to the picture that you're sending him. George, are you out there? But just think about that. A family member. Oh, God, there was a film. I forget the name of the film where somebody's child died and they tried to bring back the child. But that's where we're headed. So don't think about sex. Think about companionship. www.dollpimp.com. All right. Let me go to area code 646. Good evening. Please watch the language. 2 topics on the table. 646.
Good evening, sir. This is Firestarter.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. How you been?
Snowed in. Rome, New York is a lot, but everything is everything.
Come on.
Yeah, it's crazy up here. It's not like it's bad, but I know you're coming back to the city, so good luck with that. I know it's not Rome, New York, but that's upstate New York. But back on topic.
Come on.
Kanye, we want Kanye West first, right?
Yeah. He's apologized again. Wall Street Journal, full page ad. What are your thoughts?
He's bipolar. He did this before. Remember, he always apologized, and he goes back and does it again.
Okay.
I don't know. There's nothing to gain from this from him, in my opinion, because they already banned against him to stop his money. Legitimately, one of your friends, the Small Hats, they literally said that we should stop him from having a bank account, which is why he had to go international to Japan and perform in Mexico and all those, Brazil, because he could not get a bank account no longer in America and in some other country. So I think he ran out of money. I think that's legitimately what it was. He thought he had a certain amount of money, but once his funds got low, now he's back to saying he's kissing the ring and bowing down. Next up, as you said, he will be kissing that wall. He already met with the rabbi.
Well, hang on a second, Firestarter. You're a smart man. You're a college guy, yes?
Some would say that, sure.
Okay. I'm a high school dropout, but I had to learn, towards the late 80s that there is a difference between being nigger rich and wealthy.
Correct.
Nigger rich and wealthy. And then when I came into a huge sum of money back in 2004, pardon me.
Or was it 6 months?
My accountant, hang on a second. My accountant at the time, he had the curls. He had the curls. I'm down there in Williamsburg, and he said to me, Troy, with all due respect, this is too much money for you. You do not have a network. And then it hit me, bang. I got to put this away, not just from the savages and the degenerates around me, but from myself. I had to put it away from myself for over 20 some odd years. So let's go back to Ye. Do you think that Ye now finally realizes that, the trick is to have a network? Not so much money. Money comes and goes. But now, he's trying to get back in the good graces of the people who helped him get to where he once was. Does that make sense or no?
What you're saying does make sense because I don't know if you know, but they also did that with AI. I don't think it was your friends in small hats because they had to put, I think it was X amount of $1 million away from AI until he was 55 years old before he even.
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson, pardon me. Yes, Allen Iverson, the MVP Hall of Famer. So kind of similar to what your friend said. So I think with Ye, I don't think anyone around him told him that because if you remember, he kept screaming out he was a.
No. I didn't say anybody told him that. I said, do you think that he finally realized that after everything he's been doing?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I totally agree. I really believe that's exactly what happened. I think he stopped and he looked around and he said, because I don't know if you was keeping up with him over like the last year to 2 years. I don't know if you could say that. I know cursing, but I think the N-word is good because you can say nigger all day, I believe, right? So, but over the last year and a half to 2 years, he just had a whole bunch of niggers around him. They were all broke. So he looked around and said he couldn't ask any of them for anything. So I think he really woke up. He smelled the coffee and said, let me go kiss the wall. Let me go kiss the ring. He woke up and smelled coffee.
All right. Well, listen, man, I appreciate the call, man. And listen, now you're not in Rome, New York. I know you like to troll, but just for the record, I no longer have a family home up there. It got too cold.
Yeah, I know.
I'm out of it. I've been out there for years. Years.
Yeah. R.I.P. to you.
Good to talk to you, man. Stop trying to snitch.
Wait.
Thank you. I know where he was trying to go. Area code 347. Watch the language, please. Good evening. Are you there? 347. Yes, no, maybe. Please don't kill the vibe. Got to get you up out of here. Okay. Thank you so much. Good night. Okay. Area code 440. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there? 440.
Здравствуйте, старик. Как дела?
Boris, how are you, man? Good to hear from you. Where do you want to start, sir? Yay.
Likewise.
Let's start there. Yay, apologize.
Yes.
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Okay, I would like to start with this topic, and then hopefully I can talk about would I be a cop.
Okay.
To address Kanye, or as he likes to call himself now, Ye, I want to be a little bit controversial. I do not buy his apology because it is very seasonal. He spews his venom and then he goes back, throws a stone and then hides his hand. I think that he is moving strategically. He has done it before and he just keeps doing it. Now, to say all this, I do not know if you remember, but he was the first one to condemn Sneeko, who he had with him in Spain, in Mallorca, when he did an interview with Piers Morgan. If you may remember, Sneeko and Co. and the Red Pillars went on to a nightclub in Florida, in Miami, and they played his song, and he condemned it. So I think that him copying a play and kissing the ring started from then. Having said that, me personally, I do not believe that Ye is anti-Semitic. I believe that there is a fine line between love and hate. And if you recall, when he went on his rant on the small hats, one of the things that he said about them that distinguished them from white people is that he said, you can make money with a small hat. The white men will not even invite you to their home.
That's right.
So I believe that when you are so used to being spoiled, being treated well, being given money, make a lot of money, you act entitled. You become entitled. You do not give me something, then he comes with these conspiracies or whatever.
Right.
So I do not think that deep down he hates them. Same way I do not think that Candace Owens is an anti-Semite. It's all about whoever drops the bag. If you know anything about Candace Owens, she made an interview with a scholar, a Canadian Lebanese scholar, small hat, by the name of Gad Saad. She went on his show, and he was obviously in small hat fashion. He was trashing the Muslims, And she said, how is it going in the UK?
Right.
Inferring that it is very much a Muslim country now. So the point I'm trying to say is, whoever you put money into, they will sing your song. They will dance to your tune.
Right.
So this is rubbish. Is he a smokehead? Is he anti-Semite? It's all BS. It's politics. Dirty game.
If I can jump in, Boris, I don't think that most people really believe him. I think that it's being plastered all over the media because there's a certain sense of relief to show that, this guy is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And once again, he's apologizing. Whether he means it or not is of no one's concern now. But at least he's saying it. And you know what? It's going to get the rest of you in check. That's my thoughts. Go ahead.
Correct. Yes, it is a tradition. If you remember Nick Cannon, he claimed that the black man was the original Israelite or Jew.
Right.
After that, he had his show taken, Violin Out. Then he said, what I said was messed up. I went to the Holocaust Museum, blah, blah, blah. It is all for a show. I do not believe any of them. I do not even think that the smokeheads care about it. Because if they really cared, they would not reinstate his accounts or do business with him again. It is all to show you who runs the show. Okay?
Let me ask you this, Boris. Do you think that there are some compromising positions on video with Kanye West, a.k.a. Ye? Because for him to come out and talk about, blowing bagpipes in B flat when he was younger with his cousin or something like that. I mean, why didn't he ever mention that before during his rise? It just seemed, it seemed very telling, if you will, strategic. Does that make sense or no?
Correct. Yes, it could be a manic episode because it is documented that he is bipolar, but it could also be for clout. In his song HH, he claims to be a cuck. He likes it when other men sleep with his woman. So it is, yes, he has a whole bunch of rubbish things outlandish things that he likes to say. So it could go both ways, Can I please respond on whether I would be a cop?
Could you be a police officer? That's the question. Yeah.
Okay. First things first, salary-wise, definitely not. But the main thing is it will wear me down, out completely. It will make me burnt out. I am watching what is going on in Minnesota, and it is enraging me because I do not like the hypocrisy that is emanating from the left. You are fighting for illegals against citizens of this country who are just doing their job. You are such hypocrites. Did you know that when Renee Good, the white woman who sped away from the ICE, did you know that after she was unalived, there was a TikTok trend, mainly by people of color and such, who were saying to the people who were promoting her, stop using say her name. Say her name was for us, meaning people of color.
Well, listen, I have to agree with the people on TikTok. That whole say her name slogan was taken from black people with regards to black females. Yeah.
Correct. So what I'm saying is this is a virtue signaling. You know what I mean? This is all BS. You are fighting for, even if we look at this Alex guy, what's his name? Alex Jeffrey Pretty, right? The nurse.
Yeah.
You are risking your life for a woman you never saw before or will ever see again. You know what I mean? Also, I believe it was CNN who recently showed polls, national polls. Between 55 to 60% of this country supports what ICE is doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So why the whole country is giving hard time to people who are simply doing their job? There was, a majority of ICE, they're Hispanic too. So how can you on one end fight for the illegal Hispanic but not for the legal Hispanic? You're a hypocrite. Yep. One Hispanic ICE officer pulled up to people who were filming him, and he said, "You guys are disgusting. We want to arrest a child molester, and you are impeding us. Right. You're impeding the investigation." Okay. Another ICE officer said, he was talking, he had a heavy accent, Hispanic accent, and a woman of color was telling him, what did you say? I do not understand Spanish. Clearly mocking him and showing her racism.
Right. I saw a video. It was on Instagram with a Hispanic guy putting some type of dark makeup on his face to impersonate an African American so that he wouldn't be pulled over by ICE. I saw that. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
There is another video in New York City where a guy on his bike was saying, I am illegal, and then a bunch of maybe 10 ICE officers ran down on him to try to arrest him. This thing is, you are promoting, or you are for one-sided humanity. You want for the illegals to be here, but not the legals.
Hang on a second, Boris.
People say it
before you go.
Yeah.
So what is your answer to the question? Could you be a police officer?
I won't be able to. I do not have patience for stupid people.
Okay.
And I believe that I will dump a whole magazine on them.
All right. Good to talk to you, man. Salute.
Have a good night, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Boris tapping in. Spirit, smooth tune. Salute to you, sir. Spirit, is your wrench working? You should be good in that live chat to promote your platform. Guys, we got a brand new banner in the community section. Spirit's got a great new playlist he just posted. If you're a foundational Black American, you should go to Spirit's platform. He says, hey, Star, at one time in my life, I was going to be a police officer, but after having a sit down with my brother, who was a detective, I had a change of heart. Okay. It's not for everybody. I got rejected a bunch of times. I said, what the hell? I thought about joining ICE, but I'm sure I'm too old now. Let's get back to the videos. Blade, I got your email. Okay. Blade, have you gotten some rest yet? You've been sending me these videos nonstop, man, for like almost 30 hours. Get some rest, man. I appreciate your donation. Is it Cayenne? Educating your babies. Thank you so much for your donation. Cayenne, if I said your name right. Okay, Blade says, Star, it's your fault that I got hooked on these damn police videos. The Yardie lady was right about you. You're the devil. Oh, my God. He's taking it very far back. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Where are my notes at? Where are my notes? Where did we leave off? Okay, I played the Riverside Cop. I still want to hear from some of you, men of color. The white boy Mark. Okay, man. Mass Man. I played that one. Hold on. Could you be a police officer? Phone lines open right now. Okay, area code 919, the man who is on my list for my show notes. Are you there, sir?
How you doing, Star?
Mo Fax. Good.
I just wanted to call and do a quick, same, always, I'm glad you're safe down on the beach.
Yes, sir.
And this weather didn't affect you too much.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to call and chime in on the Kanye West situation.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Yes. I think Kanye West is not apologizing. I think this is a PR program in conjunction with the Israelis.
Okay.
Let me explain.
Come on.
You know that they had the issue with Nick Fuentes and Andrew, what's his name?
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate and Caligula and whatever, Cavalier, whatever the dude's name is. All of them singing Kanye West song.
Right.
I think Kanye West saw this as an opportunity to get a bag similar to how Nicki Minaj got a bag. Because if he comes out against them and say, no, I don't want to do this no more, the Israeli efforts is suffering from PR. All the stars are turning against them. Every time they're mentioned, it's in negative light. So who else to get to turn things around is the very person that put the target on your back, metaphorically. It's Kanye West. And I think Kanye West saw this as a great opportunity. He's probably hurting from money. He putting out them $20 slides and boots. So I think he may be hurting for a little cash. He saw what Nicki did. Nicki got the bag. And this is his opportunity to right the ship and also get a big bag dropped on him. And that's.
Can I jump in, Mo Facts? Can I jump in?
Yes.
I have a theory that maybe the small hats reached out to Ye and said, "Hey, when are you putting out new music?" Keep us. Hang on. Keep us posted. We got an idea. Candace Owens is out of control. Nick Fuentes going hard in the paint. We got an idea. Ye put out the Hitler song. So maybe they said, well, maybe we'll take his legs out and watch the other ones fall by the wayside. After that appearance at the club in Miami, Myron, Candace Owens, Myron, Nick Fuentes, and whoever else, Andrew Tate. Ye reached out to them and said, "Hey, I'm not there anymore," right? However, he contacted them. Maybe they approached him and said, "Hey, we got an idea to help you and to help us." What do you think of that theory?
Star, our theory is not too far apart. I think that the trigger was them doing that in that club to say this is an excellent time to throw a blanket on this whole situation, because people got to understand what's at play. Right. It's the same thing that was at play with Charlie Kirk. You have young white men that's leaning towards anti-Semitism, and they got to do and then you got 4 influential streamers come out and do what they did, and it's important where they did it at South Miami, which is a stronghold of those people.
That's right.
So they said, I believe in what you said, that they said this is a perfect time to run the play. We're gonna drop a high 7-figure bag on you. We're gonna do the rehabilitation. You come, we can come and kiss the wall. You go to a couple of museums, maybe shed some tears. We'll give you the mental health card, and we'll rehabilitate you. And I think Ye he's always cutting edge, and he see that this anti-Semitism thing is old. It's a hack. Yeah. And so now, it's time to revamp. And I know he's probably listening, because everybody listens to the Star Report. So I would say get on the white supremacy bag. Jump on that bag, because that'll make black people happy. Yeah. That'll make them folks happy. You know what I'm saying? And you can really ride that to high figures and get in good with the left. Right. And that's my analysis on the situation.
I appreciate you, Mo. Any comments, any thoughts on my showrunner question? Could you be a police officer, or the original Black Panthers telling Paul Birdsong they no longer support him? They don't want him using any of their logos or anything that links them to him.
On the police officer question, no, I cannot be a police officer. I wanted actually to join the military, but my dad told me, sat me down. He said, "You don't like to follow orders," and he was true. He was honest. I don't follow orders very well if I don't believe in what I'm doing. So no, I cannot be a police officer. And this whole thing with the Black Panther Party, the Black Panther Party died with Fred Hampton. Everything else was, everything else was ops. Okay. And just a mess. Okay. So with what he's trying with this dude Bird song, I saw it from a long way off. I'm like, this dude ain't in FBA. Yeah. So what are we even talking about here? And I'm glad, but the thing is, this is weird, because he said it's not about race, it's not about anything. Right. But then you say you want to be the Black Lion Party. See, they still trying to. That's why this FBA thing is important, because they try to throw black on everything and try to hijack our movement. So that's all. I'll land my plane on that. As always, Star, thank you for giving me a platform. And like I said, I'm glad to hear from you.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Mo. Okay. All right.
All right, have a good one.